Is Apple really going to launch a new Vision Pro without changing its design? That's the big question everyone's asking. And honestly, the answer might surprise you. Today, we're talking about what Apple has planned for the Vision Pro 2, why the first version struggled in some ways, and what kind of upgrades you can actually expect this time around. Let's roll back a bit before we jump into the updates. The Vision Pro was first shown to us at WWDC 2023. It was Apple's big push into the world of mixed reality. On paper, the Vision Pro was a massive leap forward. It had some of the best hardware we've ever seen in a headset. Apple packed it with a ton of features and even some things that felt more like tech demos than real necessities. For example, that front-facing display that shows your eyes, cool concept, but is it something you really needed? That's debatable. And then there's the M2 chip powering it. Super impressive. But did it need that much horsepower for the type of apps available? These choices made the Vision Pro stand out as a premium device, but they also drove the price way up. And speaking of price, $3,500. That's what Apple started with. For most people, that's not just expensive, that's completely out of reach. Sure, Apple called it a pro product, but it put the headset in a category that only enthusiasts or businesses could really afford. That's actually what happened. A lot of early adoption came from industries where the Vision Pro was used for things like training or simulations. For example, medical professionals practicing procedures virtually before stepping into an operating room. In those cases, the cost made sense because it added real value. But for the average consumer, it was tough to justify. Watching movies in a floating virtual theater is cool, but it's not worth thousands of dollars for most people. So can Apple pull this back into the mainstream market? Well, the next version, the one everyone's calling Vision Pro 2, is expected to arrive in 2025. And here's the thing. Don't expect a huge redesign. From what the leaks say, Apple plans to keep the same form factor. No big external changes. The real upgrade is on the inside. We're talking about the M5 chip. That's right, the jump from M2 to M5. Apple is skipping a few steps here, and that means we could see a serious boost in performance. How much? Reports suggest somewhere around 50 to 60% faster compared to the current model. Now, in terms of configuration, the CPU might still stick with 10 cores, 6 efficiency, and 4 performance cores, similar to what we've seen before. But where it gets interesting is the GPU. Apple might increase the number of GPU cores, possibly up to 12. If that happens, graphics rendering, immersive apps, and gaming experiences on Vision Pro 2 could feel a lot smoother. And yes, better efficiency could mean slightly improved battery life. We're hearing maybe an extra hour, but don't expect anything dramatic there. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on everything Apple is working on, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. It really helps out, and you won't miss future updates on Vision Pro and other Apple products. Now, while Vision Pro 2 is the next big step, Apple isn't stopping there. There's a whole roadmap of devices planned for the coming years. And honestly, some of these products sound way more exciting for everyday users than the current Vision Pro. First, let's clear something up. If you were hoping for another Vision Pro update in 2026, that's probably not happening. Based on the latest leaks, Apple seems to be holding back on any major new Vision Pro hardware that year. The reason? Apple Intelligence. Remember how Apple hyped up its AI features? The idea was that by early 2025, we'd see a fully integrated system with smarter Siri and real-time assistants baked into their devices. But here's the thing, it still isn't ready. There have been delays, and that means Apple can't fully lean into its next-gen products until this software is stable. If Apple Intelligence isn't polished, rolling out more advanced mixed reality products doesn't make sense because they're supposed to work together. So, Apple is taking its time to iron out the bugs before adding more hardware to the lineup. So, what happens after the pause? If the leaks are correct, 2027 is going to be the year when things get interesting again. First on the list, smart glasses. These won't be full-blown mixed reality headsets like Vision Pro. Instead, think lightweight glasses that work in sync with your iPhone. You'll probably have a built-in mic for talking to Siri, maybe some cameras, and possibly a LiDAR sensor. But don't expect a holographic display floating in front of your eyes, at least not in this first generation. These will likely handle simple tasks like notifications, basic AI features, and quick access to information without pulling out your phone. And then comes the Vision Air. Finally, a version of Apple's headset that might feel approachable to more people. The price? Rumors suggest Apple is aiming for something under $1,500. That's still expensive, but it's less than half the cost of the current Vision Pro. Of course, to hit that price, some compromises are coming. The Vision Air probably won't have the same ultra-sharp displays, the external iView screen might be gone, and overall build quality could be simplified. But that's a trade-off many people would accept if it means getting into the Apple VR ecosystem without spending the price of a high-end laptop. Looking even further, Apple seems to have plans for completely redesigned headsets in 2028 and 2029. These could be slimmer, lighter, and packed with better optics. Plus, we might finally see a mix of AR and VR in a single device that feels truly seamless. The big question, though, is whether Apple can bring these products to a price point that makes sense for regular consumers. Right now, Vision Pro feels more like a preview of what's possible rather than something most people can buy. If Apple wants to make mixed reality mainstream, cost will be the key factor, not just performance. So here's the bottom line. Vision Pro 2 is coming in 2025, but don't expect a huge design refresh. The big change is the M5 chip, better performance, maybe a slight battery bump, and possibly improved graphics. After that, things slow down until Apple figures out its AI plans. Then, in 2027, we'll see smart glasses and Vision Air, opening the door for a more affordable option. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you planning to buy the Vision Pro 2 when it launches, or will you wait for something like the Vision Air? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, thanks for watching. Until next time, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.